Chip, I don't
So
give a shit what they do. I know that kid better be within 7 points week one.
yeah, 7.5.
All right, hold
Um,
on. I'm about to walk back. Let me mix this with a little.
it-
The juice be too sweet nowadays. I be having to cut that shit with water. Even the Simplies, even the Simplies lemonade, bro. Like, god damn. All right, got you front and center. Got you front and center, Lane. Your boy Paul Farm's not here to save you
no, Paul be on Paul be on Lane's ass, boy.
because he know his dad.
He said, "Did
Monty,
you did you watch the
yeah, I
game?"
watched it.
No,
Yeah,
no. He was like, "Well, the team has to be coached."
he thinks Lane is a child.
He's,
He talks to him like he's a little kid.
he does, bro.
He will take that man serious.
So, least improved college football teams that will take a step back or regress. And when I say that, that doesn't mean that they're going to be terrible. It's just that based off talent acquisition and what you did last year, you won't be as good or sought out to be so high. And we're not ranking these in any order. Um, we can start off with SMU. I'm low on X. I think they had a magical season. Going back, I think they averaged like 1.7 turnovers a game, and we watched it that AC that was the playoff game and
Mhm.
the ACC championship game.
Turnovers after turnover. Can't stop themselves with the turnover.
So, and I went back a lot of the games. I don't want to say they should have lost, but some of those turnovers could have been detrimental to their season. So, SMU, I think, takes a step back. I don't see them as a player in the ACC championship run. I remember last year you was like, SMU, they should be all right. They should be all right. But this year, like,
Mm-mm.
uh-uh. Did you get better?
I don't,
Did
and
they
that's
get?
the issue. They lost a lot of talent in the NFL, and so you got to rebuild. Like they struck lightning in the bottle last year. It was a perfect time. They didn't have any film on them going into the ACC.
Mhm.
That Louisville game, that was really the only swing games they had.
Yeah, facts.
And then Florida State being bad, they had no challenges.
None. Oh my god. Oh my god. Florida State.
Florida State would have been on this list last season.
Uh, yeah. So SMU. I mean, I think they'll win some close games, but I don't think they'll be in the playoffs or ACC championship game. And I think they were well deserving of it last year because they made the ACC
Hmm.
championship. They came back.
Very deserving. They
They
earned everything.
Yeah, they lost like a 53, 56-yard field goal against a team that took Texas to the wire in the fourth quarter. So I think they were deserving. Um, but I think they take a step back. And your head coach is up here talking shit about the SEC. He sounds fucking crazy.
Just hold your horses, Red. I know he got a lot. I know he got a lot of bags down there at
Yeah.
SMU. But just hold your horses, bud.
Well, if you got a lot of money, bro, you should be bringing in the talent to be. You shouldn't be on this list, Josh.
Well, the timeline was they just like I feel like they exceeded where they were supposed to be. Like last year it was like we've been saying they struck lightning in the bottle. It's hard to recreate and go get 10 more wins this year. I don't see that for them.
No, no, I see 7. I mean 8. I think 8. 8.
So yeah,
I don't think
seven,
they'll
eight
be
in that
better
range.
than that.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bowl
Um,
eligible. They're playing up a good bowl game.
yeah, for sure. Um, I think they will be ranked for the latter part of the season, but I don't think they're doing what they did last year. I don't think
Yeah,
that's a. I don't think that's their base.
top 20. No, I don't see them as a top 20 team this year. They can squeak into the top 25, but I think they're a top 50 team this year.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, Colorado,
Lost
what,
so much, bro.
bro? So, like, I'm not hating on Colorado, but bro, Shador and Travis, like, how do you quantify that? Like,
Bro,
because
you lost the Heisman winner
bro,
that played both sides of the ball. That's the thing, Chip. He was your starting corner and your best wide receiver.
receiver, and he had a
That's
solid.
tough to replace.
Bro, he had like 7 straight games with 100 yards and a touchdown, bro. Like, is that production going to everybody else? Like, I mean, Jesus, man, they
The
wasn't that
quarterback
bad.
play. You got a new
It's
quarterback,
like there's no way you're about to tell me that this guy is about to go out there and play better than Shador.
and the quarterback that they have isn't a quarterback that we're. I mean, we see that's the thing. We watched Liberty for the last 2 years,
Yeah,
so
oh my
we're
God,
very familiar with the Liberty quarterback. You know what I'm
very
saying?
familiar.
And how he's been up and down these last year or so. So I'm
Mhm.
intrigued to see what they do with him at Colorado. I know they'll be protected their O line solid, but the weapons, the continuity, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's gonna take some time over there.
Well, we got him at what 6? I got him at 6 games, 5 or 6. So that's definitely not. That's
You
definitely
know,
not better. That's definitely not better than last year. So
or well, they're not winning 8 games.
no,
I can just go out. They're not winning 8 games,
they're not
and
winning.
that's not out. I'll tell you this: if they win 8 games,
Coach of the
Dion,
year, coach of the year.
I hold my hand out to you. Great job, because I didn't see it coming.
And Travis is if you had to quantify a point or a game, Travis is probably one game, 1 or 2 games each one. So let's just count
He's
Shador as
three
one game.
games.
Oh my God.
Travis is three in the Big 12 shit. Travis is three. He's 3 games.
Well, I won't go that far, but I'll say Shador is one and Travis is one. So that's two.
They won
So
10 games, so that's 8.
no, they won nine. They won nine.
Oh, no, so that's 7. That's right. Yeah, 6, 7.
Nah, hell no. I don't got them at 7. Nah, that's a great
You got,
season.
you got a
I got
5
them.
and 6,
I got them like
5, 6
6.
win.
And name me a bowl game that Dion's won. Don't worry, I'll wait. Since back to Jackson State.
Yep, ship. You got Colorado 6 and 6 at the best.
Yep, at the best. And if you get a bowl win, that's 7. But it won't be 7 in the regular season.
Will not be. Will
Will
not
not
be.
be. So I think I think Colorado takes a step back. Um, they just did that Travis and that Shador, Shiloh. Much as he's not going to be a great NFL player, he was a solid college rule player. So I mean, they lost a lot, man. So I'm curious to see in a Big 12 division that's
Lost a lot of
middle.
coaches too.
Yeah, a lot of coaches too.
A
In
lot of coaches.
a Big 12 that's middle heavy. That if you're not in that middle, you're irrelevant. Like if you're not in the middle with Utah, Iowa State, Arizona State,
Kansas
BYU,
State,
Kansas State, if you're not like right there, and it's always a random ass team in the Big 12.
Baylor. You know what I'm saying? We just
Baylor,
don't know.
you just don't know. So if you're, I think they're under all of those. And FanDuel agrees. If you go look on the odds, they got like one of the worst odds to win the Big 12 or to win 7 games. So it's not like I'm pulling this shit out the side of my ass. Shador and Travis are just a lot. If they win more with them, then hats off to you, Dion. But if we're talking strictly football, that's a lot, bro. That is a lot. Like in relative terms speaking, who if people were to understand and then watch college, what NFL football team would that be? Travis and Shador on an NFL football team. If they lost Travis and Shador on an NFL football team,
Mm, I mean, we can just put it to something that we know. You take Dak and CD off the team. What are you gonna do?
Nothing. I was going and crazy. I was going to go in the division. I was saying Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown or
Well, no,
Devontae.
you still got Devontae Smith and your guy. That I can't even tell you who's the tight end. I couldn't tell you who's the starting running back. I like, and these are things that we
Okay,
wanted
you
them
know
to
who
do
I got?
last year.
You know who I got? Patrick Mahomes and Derrick Jones. You take them two off the Chiefs, cooked,
You cooked. You're not
cooked.
even winning 6 games.
So there you go. Moving on. Tennessee. Well,
I mean, we just got the notification. On top of losing your best player on offense, you're arguably your first or second best player on defense is in Colorado right now on the visit. Kid withdrew. You know what I'm saying? So Tennessee, they're losing talent on top of already having a weird offensive scheme.
yeah. So it's just that their offensive scheme is so conducive for out of conference play that they'll whoever they're playing out of conference they're going to butcher. they'll get like one or two SEC teams that just can't stop it. That wide style offense with the
Mm-hmm.
receivers damn near stacked on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
They lost Dylan Sampson to the NFL, right? The running back.
Lost Dan Pierce, the defensive end.
Wow. So yeah, Tennessee definitely. I'm definitely selling stock on them for sure.
And this is the thing. We got what's that? 3 teams on here that were on the playoffs last. That were in the playoffs last year, and all 3 of these teams aren't going back. I feel very confident that they're saying that SMU, Tennessee, or Georgia will not be in the playoffs this year. Very confident. But
I
we'll get
want
to Georgia, but stay on Tennessee.
yeah. So Tennessee. I mean, they're oh man.
You
I think
lost
I
so
mean
much.
they lost. I don't know what they're doing down there with the Nico situation. Uh, their defense probably will still be good, but I just know that
Uh-huh.
their offense is conducive to college football. They score fast. They do tempo. They still run the ball via tempo, but they spread you out with their playbook, and it's conducive to any quarterback. They got the quarterback from App. I watched that, and they were bad.
They got the quarterback from and they got the quarterback from UCLA. They pretty much did a trade. They're supposed to
Yeah.
be battling each other. So we're gonna
No,
see
no,
who
no,
gets the starting job.
no, that's the same person.
So okay, I see what you're saying.
He transferred
Once
from
Nico came over there, he transferred from App to UCLA
yes,
and then went to Tennessee because Nico came. Crazy. I was wondering, I was like, dang, because I
yes,
know I seen him play, but that lets you know right there, like they're scraping to get a quarterback, and they got a 5-star over there that they like, but he's not ready yet.
well, Tennessee, you're taking a step back. Then Ole
Yeah.
Miss.
Just bro,
Well, they've been
we got a second. They got like 40 kids out the portal,
43.
and you don't Walter Nolan, Trey Harris,
Jackson
Dart,
Dart.
the running backs.
They had a couple people, bro.
They had a couple people, bro. So they lost a lot of bodies.
Their team last year is national championship ready.
Yep. They were probably my biggest disappointment. Them and Miami are probably the 2 biggest disappointing teams last year. By
Yeah,
far. It's not even close.
yeah. Ole Miss should have been in the playoffs for sure. You had no business losing to the teams, even if you did lose to 2 of them, not 3, bro. Not no. Mm-mm.
Not what they were top 5, top 3 in the portal last year. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like they went and got defensive tackles. You getting stuff in the trenches, like
Scoring
bro.
points. They were scoring like
Yeah.
39 a game. Nah, bro.
And so you're telling me that a team that I projected to be my bracket got screwed up because of Ole Miss. And
Yeah.
so you think I got you. Hold on, we'll tell you how many wins I got him at because that's my
It's
thing. It's like, bro,
under 8.5.
they're definitely not doing that. So it's definitely going under in that. And that's what's crazy. We haven't even did them, and that lets you know because every year.
I think we did, Josh. I think we did. I think we did do Ole Miss. Let me find it.
Oh yeah, we did do this. We got them both at 6-6. We got them both 500. Compared to last year where you won 9 games, when you should have won 11.
Yeah.
But I'll let you slide at 10, and then so uh, that's Ole Miss though, bro. That's Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
He'll coach them up. They'll go win 7 games out of
Yeah.
nowhere. So
Yeah.
they'll win the
They'll
game
beat
that they're not supposed to.
Yeah, they'll surprise somebody, and then people will say, "Oh, Miss is back," and then going into next year to be the hype, the quarterback will be there. I know
It'll be his second year. Yep, exactly.
I know
Exactly.
I know the Lane Kiffin train. We'll be back on Ole Miss next year. See you later,
See you.
bud.
See you in 12 months, Lane.
And then that brings us to our last team that's least improved.
Well, 2 Syracuse too.
Oh yeah, Syracuse. Yeah, so we'll do Georgia.
Hey man, we've
So
we've talked about this at nauseum.
well, Josh, you're so low on Georgia. I'm not that low on Georgia. I got them at 9 games. You got them at 8.
I got him at 8 games, and you know what's so crazy? That one game really is the turning point. Like that, the Georgia fans do not like that 8. They see that 8 and they're like, oh my, no, we're not winning 8 games. And I'm like, bro, Have you seen your schedule?
Schedule,
You
your
know,
schedule is fucking
you know
loaded,
how you
bro.
and how you played last year. Okay, let's just say best case. Last year you had a quarterback that returned. You were 106th in rushing. So let's just say that they're 60th.
Yeah,
I still don't think with the quarterback that you're bringing back
yeah.
that because now I'm putting 10 in the
Gunner,
box. We're putting
Gunner,
10. We're not worried about him throwing the ball.
Gunner Stockton,
It's gonna
not
be tunnel screens and smoke routes and wide
fucking
receiver
gadget,
handoffs. Yeah,
fucking
bro, a bunch of gadget stuff.
yeah, Gunner Stockton.
I think their
I
defense will still be good, but I don't think they're gonna be able to score this year.
I think they're going to be playing situational football with Gunner
Yep.
Stockton, and I think that you're going to run into a couple teams that are going to put pressure on you to score points, and you're not going to be able to. So, I mean, they don't got they have a tough schedule. So, I
How
do
many games they
believe,
win last year? 10?
yeah, no, nine,
Okay.
nine, nine,
Okay. Well, let's just talk about something. Four OTs with Georgia Tech. You squeak by.
eight,
If
no,
DJ Lag,
eight,
they won 8 games last year.
no, eight overtimes.
So you go 8 overtimes with Georgia Tech. You squeak out of that one. That gets you your ninth win. Shit. If DJ Lagway don't get hurt, they lose to Florida. So, so you could have won. You could have won 8 games last year. You squeaked out that extra win against Georgia Tech in 8 overtimes,
Yep, and eight overtimes.
and then you won't even play them at their own field. Well, that's a whole other conversation. But nah, man, no, I'm
Well,
sticking with my
well,
8-4.
well,
I'm
Josh,
sticking with my 8-4.
I think they won 10 because of the SEC championship game.
So, but we're not accounting that. We're just going off this schedule. They had
Yeah,
9 wins, and two of
yeah,
those wins, 8 overtimes. DJ Lagway got hurt.
yeah. I watched that game. I ain't gonna hold you. I was watching that game, and if he doesn't get hurt, boy, they were in trouble. He was cooking. Not
They
saying
were
they would have
rolling.
lost, but I mean they were cooking, bro. It didn't look good for because after he got hurt, I mean their whole momentum just went away, and Georgia kind of pulled away a little bit towards the
Uh-huh.
end. But I was
ETN had a big game, had a big play in that game. You know, former Florida kid. He went to Florida. He had a big game in that game.
so yeah, I think Georgia's the least improved. When I'm being about least improved, I don't think they got better.
Nope. I
I
think they
think
treaded
this
water.
that too, and I think the last year's Georgia team was better than this one. And
100%.
I think if they played each other, the spread would be like -6 or 7. This the Georgia team from last year
Yep.
playing this Georgia team. Now they might like it's unacceptable for you to be at the University of Georgia and you don't have running backs. It's unacceptable, Kirby,
You're
unacceptable.
going to Illinois to get a running back.
So you need to run the ball, Kirby. You're almost dead last in the SEC last year for running football. So I expect that to get addressed. And I ain't talking like go from 103 in the country to 97. Like it needs to go from 103 to like 57.
He needs to be in the top 60. They need
Yeah.
to cut that by 45 teams, bro. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, and if I look up in the box score and I see Gunnar Stockton's passing at 35, uh, let me just get on the live and pencil you in for a loss because I've seen it with Carson Beck. He ain't better than Carson Beck. If he's throwing the ball 35 times, you're in fucking trouble.
Big trouble.
Gunnar
What
Stockton,
what Paul say? You're not fine.
you're not. It's a big not fine, Georgia. It's a big not fine. It's a big not fine with
Oh my
Georgia.
god.
And it's funny because when we clip this up, I have so many, and I like Georgia. I always root for Georgia. I have so many Georgia
We
fans
don't
that
have
hate
no smoke with Georgia.
Georgia. I have no smoke with Georgia, but I'm just telling you the truth. I have so. Let me see if I can pull up the comments. I got us going to the national championship. I'm saying I don't know what you're looking at. You are not going to the national championship. I can tell you that. I can assure you. I can almost
But
be
but we get on here and criticize. If Ryan was playing bad, I will get on here and criticize Mario. If Brian Kelly is not doing what he's supposed to do, we will get on here. But we Davo, we were pissed at Davo. Davo that came a long way. Like
sure.
it happens. These coaches, it ebbs and flows. Kirby's in a rut right now. He got to get out of it. He
Listen,
got to get out of it. I
gotta
don't know
get
how
out.
he gets out of it, but he's got to get out of it. Because you can go look at the recruiting. Go if you want to. You a fan? You look at the recruiting. Go look at Georgia's recruiting class right now. Go look at the running backs. They just got a local running back, but they barely got him.
And I quote from my boy Pete, them Georgia Bulldogs are going all the way. Defense and run game gonna be nasty this year. And Gunnar Stockton out of good old Reuben County gonna shock some people. We're talking about a guy that has damn near all the records in the great state of Georgia. I said, no, sir, Gunner's not it. I replied with Paul Feinbein, a big not fine.
Right. Gunner gonna have to show me. I'm excited to watch it too. I'm excited to watch it.
So he's gonna have to show me. Um, and then we'll finish up with Syracuse. Fran Brown, I love the black man, but you lost your quarterback. Yeah.
I have no beef with Fran Brown. Lost your best defensive player to Texas.
Yes, sir. Get the tackle. Your
Lost
wide
your best
receiver.
offensive player to Penn State. It's a
Yeah.
dog eat dog world out here.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to be as good, and nobody saw them coming. So that's another thing. It's like these people are going to see you come in and have you circled on the schedule. Like, all right, we're not fucking around with Syracuse.
Yeah.
Before it was the
Mhm.
other way around. Like Syracuse, was like, all right, we're about to come in here and beat them. They don't really think we that good. Now you're getting circled, and I don't think you've improved. What
Well,
do
you
you
didn't
think?
improve. The Kyle McCord was like what a three. He played games at Ohio State. Like
Yeah,
Kyle McCord, he's taking snaps to somebody's training camp today. You see what I'm
exactly.
saying?
And he was
The
going.
Gatson kid,
He was going dummy.
bro, he had like 4,000 passing yards. They had a wide receiver. They had two wide receivers get drafted on top of this other kid, the Pena kid that's going to the Penn State. So that offense, I mean, I think Miami's offense was like two, and their offense was one. Like they had the number one offense in the country last year. You're not going to be able to duplicate that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So you're not catching nobody by surprise, and you're not duplicating what you did last year offensively.
I think they take a 30% drop off. So they average like 4 TDs a game. I think they get 21 ish. But man,
Right in that range.
they're taking a step back because I mean he was like I'm not paying these dudes that think they want to be Jeremiah Smith or Travis Hunter. Like I feel them, but I mean you got to
Well, they're coming. You know, they got a nice little class coming, but this year,
this year. Yeah.
this year, it's just not a good. It's not as good as it was the previous years.
So least improved teams that's coming in, we think coming in this year, and we'll come back to these clips and see if we're surprised. I mean, we're surprised if we're wrong. We'll say we're wrong, but
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see the only team that might surprise me is Ole Miss.
that's the only.
And
I was just about to say that's the only one up there that I think might do something that I didn't see coming.
I can see what I'm saying. Like, okay, now Ole Miss want to fucking hoop. Now you want to hoop. When last year I had you hooping and you didn't do it. Now this year you want to fucking hoop, and I don't put you on a playoff ticket. So that'd be the only thing about Ole Miss that I would say. Georgia is not going to shock me because you got them at 8. I got them at 9. I don't think you're definitely not going to the SEC championship game. Um, Colorado, no, that's not going to surprise me because no, they're not winning 9 games. Tennessee, no, you're a shit show. Fran Brown, you're not there yet. You may not take a huge step back, but that step forward that you took, boy, that shit was huge. And SMU, same thing, huge step forward. I think you take a little bit of a step back, not far. I think you're still
Not
within the
far.
range of where you were. Um, so yeah, least improved teams. Now we're gonna get to the funniest segment, and we're gonna start. I was like, fuck that. We're gonna go right into it. I don't even care about the other one. We're gonna go right into this right here. Um, like
Go ahead and let them know shit because there's been a lot of talk
it's
about
been a
these
lot.
schedules.
It's been a lot of talk, and I want to get up and close and personal with this right here. So We call this segment "Let's Switch." Let's switch. Okay, so the Big Ten has been running their mouths, saying that the SEC is not as tough as us, or the SEC's got these FCS teams that they're playing, which I understand, and I laugh at it too. However, I laugh and joke, but I don't play. And if you look at the SEC schedule, if you come close and you look, let's look at Florida. I see LSU, Miami, Texas, Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Tennessee. That's 7 bangers that you got to play. Okay, so I'm not going back and forth with people in the comments that are telling me, well, the SEC only has X amount of teams, and the Michigan has won the national championship, and Ohio State has won the national championship. That's fine. That was never the discussion that we were saying. What I was responding to on these posts is the week. If you play football, and you could talk to any of those head coaches, the week-to-week gauntlet and staying healthy in the SEC is like no other. It's not even close, right? It's not even close. So we're going to break it down to the people that don't believe. So, Josh, I'll do you the honors. And which one do you want to start with? Who do you want to put here? So we
And
call
I
this.
want to preface this. These are both the 10th. Florida was 10th last year in the SEC, 9th, 10th. Washington was 8th, 9th in the Big Ten. So these should be comparable.
No, they might have been higher. They might have been like 7.
Who Washington? No,
Yeah.
because Rutgers was ahead of them. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they were like 10th, 11th, and Florida was 10th in the SEC.
Okay.
So this is perfect. This is equal. Start your schedule off. Washington at Long Island. What do you feel? South Florida, win. LSU, loss. Miami, loss. Texas, loss. A&M, loss. Now look, guys, they're 2-4. You're 2-4 going into Mississippi State. We're going to give you this one.
Yeah.
So that's 3-8. I mean, so yeah, so you're 3-4. Georgia, lost, bro.
3-5.
At Kentucky. This is my thing. Kentucky, Ole Miss, I'll give you the split.
Okay.
So what's that? 4.
So that's 4-6.
4-6. We'll give you Tennessee because they down 6-6. So 5-6, and then Florida State.
I'm not sure.
I'll give it to you. I'm not even sure, but I'll give it to you. You're 500.
6-6.
They're 500 if they play this schedule.
They're 500 if Washington Huskies were to play Florida, and you could say last year's team, this year's team, if they were to play Florida's schedule of this year,
6-6.
they would be 6-6. And mind you, they're both in the same number in their division. Florida was like 10th or 9th. Washington was 10th or 9th. Josh, you do the honors and give Florida Washington's schedule.
Bruh, Colorado State, win. UC Davis, win. Washington State, win. First loss, here it comes. Ohio State, loss. Maryland, win. Rutgers, win. Michigan, win. Illinois, win. I know y'all love Illinois. It's a win. Wisconsin, win. Purdue, win.
9-1.
UCLA, win. Oregon, I'll give you the loss. 10-2.
Even if you were to say, even if Josh, let's just go back and say,
to give them Illinois.
No, UCLA. I think they're traveling. If that's not a home, they're traveling across 9-3. Okay, let's give them another loss. Let's just say they lost to Rutgers or Michigan, 8-4.
8-4.
Okay, let's go down. Now let's go down Washington.
You don't know. Now we have Washington going 8-4 with this schedule.
Exactly, and that's on. and that's being generous.
and that's being generous.
And 8-4, and we got Florida pretty much going 10-2, 9-3. We gave Florida some losses. Okay, so let that be. So, okay, Josh, if you're looking at Washington's schedule, where do you? Where's your gauntlet at?
There is no
Where
gauntlet.
did you get you get Ohio State, Rutgers, Michigan, and Illinois back to back. We're talking consistent basis,
Okay,
year
that's the
to
gauntlet. Michigan, Illinois is probably their hardest stretch of the year,
yeah,
having to play those two teams back to back.
but Josh, it's not. We're talking gauntlet means back to back to back. Look at Florida, LSU, Miami, Texas, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and Georgia versus. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranked teams, top 10 ranked teams in 6 weeks.
It's 6 weeks.
And God forbid, Ole Miss had been good this year. I mean, what?
And God forbid, and this is the thing, Florida lost to Kentucky last year. These are good teams that you got to play, bro. Ship got the stat when Georgia plays Kentucky at Kentucky.
At Kentucky, they win by 1 point or they win like average of 3 at Kentucky. It doesn't matter how trash Kentucky is. When they go to Kentucky, they always tussle. When they play them at home, they beat the pants off of them. But when they go to Kentucky, they always lose. Or
And so
the game's close.
this is another one. Alabama, they go to Vanderbilt. Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I can't remember the last time Purdue or somebody like that, Wisconsin beat Ohio State.
Bro, it's crazy. Funny that you say that. It just popped up on my Instagram. It was when Purdue was unranked. It was a Friday night game. Ohio State was ranked number 2, and they beat the draws off Ohio State. It was a night game. That was it literally just popped up on my Instagram.
How long? It was 11 years ago.
So, it was crazy. It was a long time ago.
Bro, come on, man. But you know what? It was probably like JT Barrett there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, come on, bro. These schedules aren't comparable. And I know we pick on the SEC, but you got to look the way Florida got their schedule set up. There's no CFL in the middle here, Jetfish. Where do you see the CFL at? I see Long Island and South Florida, and that's the thing. We gave Washington that game.
2001.
Come on, man. That was 20 years ago. Come on, bro. Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, I know we pick on the SEC. People got different schedules.
Oh no,
but
okay. It was 2018, but still, bro. Like that was so long.
Still 7 years ago. Still, like, come on, man. What was the score?
20-49.
And that's so. Who was the coach? Is that Jim Tressel?
And before that, it was in 2001. I mean 11.
So Purdue has beat Ohio State twice in 25 years.
Yep.
Bro, I can tell you right now, Florida lost to Kentucky. Ole Miss lost to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like, these teams the SEC beats each other up.
And that's what I'm stressing is the week to week basis that in the SEC, if you bring your B game, your ass can lose. If Ohio State brings their B or C game against Maryland, Wisconsin, Purdue, UCLA, they will beat them. If Michigan brings their B game, they will still beat Wisconsin, Purdue, UCLA, Washington State. If Oregon brings their B game, they're beating UCLA, Purdue, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Rutgers, Maryland, Washington State. Like, if Florida brings their B game against LSU, they're getting their ass smacked.
And what's so crazy to me, Shit, is if people are going to tell us, well, that Michigan game is a big game.
Yeah, okay.
That's a tough game. Not this year. I can see 2 years ago, but Michigan hasn't been themselves over a consistent 5-year period.
They'll be better this
in
year.
decades. They'll be better this year. But come on, and then Illinois. I mean, they're gonna have to show me. I'm down on Illinois. They could have been on what we just talked about earlier. They could, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, this is not a gauntlet. You get Ohio State, okay, gauntlet. That's a good tough game. Then you play Maryland, so you get a week off. Rutgers is a physical game. I'll give you that. But again, we're talking week to week consistent basis, like gauntlet teams. Even if you wanted to argue me and say Rutgers is a physical team, that's 2. Then you play Michigan, 3. Illinois, are they that? I mean, they're going to play defense, but they just started getting good.
Exactly. Indiana too.
They just started getting good. So speaking of Indiana, so let's bring it over here.
And
And
I'm gonna tell you what place all these teams were. Indiana was second in the Big Ten last year.
okay, so overall we're going to say third because they're
Okay,
not
they had
because
third.
who are they not better than last year? They weren't better
They
than
weren't
Penn
better than
State,
Penn State,
Oregon, or Ohio State. So they were ranked two, but
but
they
they were
came
really
in
fourth. They were
fourth.
probably fourth.
Okay, so South Carolina.
South Carolina
Let's switch.
was one, two. So they were tied. They were tied for fourth with
Okay, even better.
Missouri, Ole Miss, Alabama. So even better. They're fourth.
Four. Okay, so let's start with Indiana. Okay, let's put Indiana of last year's team or Indiana of this year on South Carolina's Gamecocks 2005 schedule. VTech.
God, I'll give it to
I
them.
go win. South Carolina
I'll give
State. Win.
it. Win.
Vanderbilt.
It's gonna be a tough game. I'm gonna give them the win though.
Okay.
Dude, the only reason I gave them the win because I'm giving them a loss to Missouri. It's at
Okay.
Missouri.
So 3-1.
I'll
Kentucky
give them Kentucky 4-1.
4-1. Okay. LSU loss
Loss.
4-2. Oklahoma loss.
Loss.
Alabama
Loss.
loss 4-4. Ole Miss
We're giving it to you.
5-4. Texas A&M
Loss.
loss 5-5. Coastal 6-5. Clemson 6-6. Even if you gave them how many wins they had last year?
They had 9.
They're not getting 9 or 8 out of this schedule.
No, sir. Yeah, they were. Yeah, no, they went 11-2 last year.
Oh, absolutely fucking not. Because they had to play. They had
Yeah, so they had 8. They in the conference they went 8-1.
so they lost. I remember they lost because they lost to Penn State, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Lost to
or
Penn
was
State.
was
Yeah,
it
they
Penn
lost to
State?
Penn State. Yep.
Okay, so they went 8-1 in conference. Okay, are they going 8-1 in SEC?
Hell no. They're not beating LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, or Texas A&M. That's 4 losses off the top of our head.
Yep, there you go. All right, moving on. There's nothing to talk about there. If you give Indiana South Carolina schedule, there'll be 2 or 3 wins less. So you can't say, you know, they're playing these bum ass teams like Coastal and South Carolina State. It really don't matter because they got fucking 8 conference games where they got to get a buzzsaw out. Okay,
I see 2 shitty games over here for South Carolina. The rest of these are fucking gauntlets.
yeah, yeah. I don't. What are you talking about? Coastal and South
Like,
Carolina.
I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana lost to Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be surprised because that's at a neutral site. You're not playing in the confines of where you're used to.
yeah.
And Virginia Tech's a physical team. But just for jokes, we'll do South Carolina. ODU, win.
Win,
Kennesaw State, win.
win. Idaho
Indiana State,
State
win. Well,
win.
off the top, we're 4-0 off the top.
Yeah,
4-0
Illinois,
off the top.
Iowa,
Now,
beat Iowa. Iowa can't
now we're
beat
7-1.
Iowa. Yeah, because Oregon, you'll probably lose to Oregon.
Now we're 10-2 because the only team you're only losing to Oregon and Penn State. You're beating all the rest of these teams, bro.
It's all the
If
rest of
you
the
put
teams.
anybody that's in the top 5 to 6 in the SEC in the Big Ten, I would only have them losing to Oregon and Penn State or Ohio State. If they only play either of those teams twice, then they only got 2 losses.
That's funny as hell. So let's switch.
Yeah.
Like it is utterly ridiculous that you can even put that out your mouth that the Big Ten is comparable to the SEC. Now they're comparable on the top heavy teams, the Oregons, the Michigans, the Ohio States, the Penn States,
So,
and then what the Big Ten needs is for USC to get their ass good, They need
Yep. Washington.
Washington. They need
The Indiana stay where it's at.
Indiana at 7, and they need Rutgers to and come on, and that shit with Iowa. Come on, bro. I think they stopped winning all them games when they made the Division One fucking thing. They didn't get a chance to play goddamn Michigan State and Purdue and
Exactly.
Northwestern
Exactly.
and then
Exactly.
get to the Big Ten championship and get their asses beat.
And I mean, look how the schedule even line up. South Carolina has 2 conference games in September. They you don't play. You don't have a game. To be completely honest, you don't have a game until September 20th.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you honestly, you get a preseason.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be freshmen playing in the ODU game. Your freshmen are gonna get all their snaps in the first month of the year.
And they got a bye going into that Oregon game. It looks like
It looks like this your biggest game of the year. You got a bye to go into it. Come on,
it.
man.
And then,
Come on.
I mean, one can say that for South Carolina, but after that, they play LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Ole Miss back to back to back to back.
But you need a bye. You play three. You play 3 conference games, and you play a real non-conference team. You play a
Yeah.
real non-conference team at a neutral site. You don't even get them at home. You get them at a neutral site. There's
So,
no. I don't see one neutral site game over here for Indiana. It's either at home or you're on travel.
and again, the SEC's, I mean, the Big Ten's top heavy teams can beat. Okay, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, who was the best team in the Big 12 last year? I mean, Big 10 last year.
Best team in the Big Ten. I tell you Ohio State.
Okay, let's give Ohio State South Carolina schedule. VTech,
Win.
South Carolina State, win. VTech, I
Win.
mean Vanderbilt, win. Missouri, win.
Missouri. Win.
Kentucky, win.
Win.
Okay,
LSU.
see
LSU.
this. See, this is where it gets. But this is
All
where it
these
gets.
games, the spreads will be super tight.
They'll beat Oklahoma.
Yep.
That Alabama can't score, so they'll probably beat
They'll
them.
beat them.
But even then, if you put Ohio State on the schedule, you're still looking at it like, ugh. That's gonna be a good game week after week after week. When you look at the Ohio State schedule from last year, you're like, okay, Penn State, Oregon, Michigan, spaced out.
And it's the thing. Ohio State lost to Michigan last year.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, you, come on, man. They're just top heavy. Big Ten is very top heavy, and
and
y'all
this
talk about it like it's the most thorough conference, and it's not.
and then some of the SECs they get lucky how their shit spaced out. Like let's look at Texas, okay? So obviously we can't count week 1 because they do play each other. Week 2, let's put who you want to do in the Big Ten in this schedule.
We could do Ohio State. That's fine.
Okay, Ohio State. So obviously we can't.
Ohio State was playing Texas week 1. I got Texas beating them. So
Yeah.
you're 0-1 out the gate.
Okay.
You're 3-1 going into your first bye.
Yep. And you play Florida at Florida.
Yep. So at Florida, you know what I'm saying? You got to go to Georgia. So I probably have Ohio State winning all these games except the Texas game.
Oh fuck no! This year's Ohio State team or last?
Oh
year?
no. Well, oh no, last year's. This year's shit. I'm not even comfortable picking them to beat Florida.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This year, hell no. Fuck. No.
This
Last
year,
year's-
I'm not. Yeah, last year's. Do your thing. You might lose one game here. One. I'll give you one because you lost one last year.
No, sir. They're losing 3 games here. I'm telling you, bro. They're losing 3. Bro, bro, because we didn't give a fuck about what you did in the regular season. We just knew you were going to go crazy in the playoffs. But you played at Georgia. You played at Texas.
Hey,
A&M.
bro. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see what you are.
You can't just like even when who do we have as the best team in the SEC last year? I think we had Georgia.
Yeah, we had
We
Georgia.
were high on Georgia last year. Look at me against they lost.
It was a gauntlet. So yeah, you right. You right. Having to
it's
play all these teams, having to play
that's the
Florida,
thing.
then going to Oklahoma, and look, that game's at a neutral site. That's a rivalry game.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like that, it's just not comparable, bro. This is the icing on the cake. If you just put Washington on Florida schedule,
Yeah. Well,
who
bro, there's not too many. I mean, if you
who?
put Ohio State through this schedule, I'm not even sure they make it out this motherfucker.
Okay, let's
Especially
put
not
Penn.
this year's team.
Okay, before we wrap it up, Josh, so we don't have the graphic for it, but this is a good one. Let's put Penn State on Florida schedule right now. Penn State,
Penn
and we're
State going
very
into
high.
this season, we're
Penn
very high
State,
on them.
either one,
So
either one of them
two and
teams.
so look, I'm gonna just tell you right now. If they beat LSU, they lose to Miami. If they beat Miami, they lost to LSU. So I got you at 3-1 going into that first bye with Penn
Okay,
State.
okay.
You're
I'm gonna.
losing to Texas.
I got. I, I'm gonna say I'm giving them 4-0. I'm giving them
Okay.
4-0. Well, then
I got them
again,
3-1.
I got them 4-0.
Okay. What about Texas A&M? This little two game right here. Well, it's three game.
I got them losing to Texas. I don't give a shit where it's at. They're losing to Texas, so they'll be 4-1.
I got them at 5-2.
They'll beat Texas. I got them beating Texas A&M 5-1. Mississippi
Yep.
State 6-2. I mean 6-1.
It's, so I got them at 5-2. You got them at 6-1 going into this bye before they play Georgia. I have Penn State. I give it to them. So I got them at 6-2.
I got them at 7-1. I got them losing to Ole Miss or Kentucky,
I got them winning these two. So I got 8-2.
and then Tennessee got that beating them, and I got them beating
Yeah.
Florida State. So they're
So I
getting
10-2
and and that's saying that you beat LSU and Miami back to back
on the road.
on the
In,
road.
in places that your weather condition. See, that's another thing the Big Ten don't have to deal with. If the Big Ten had to come, if Penn State had to come down to LSU to play in fucking September, James Franklin would need a new shirt at the end of each quarter. Like, bro, come on, man. You coming into Death Valley? That's a night game. That's a fucking night game. They've
Yeah,
been like, bro, and that's another thing. These SEC games, bro, these be big ass fucking games, bro.
yeah, bro. And their games be at 12. They big noon kickoffs,
In the
bro.
heat, I was in the swamp at 3 o'clock, sweating my ass off.
Bro, it's just a different. Like, don't get me. I love big noon kickoff when I'm watching it, but it's something like playing in the SEC at 7:30
Bruh,
on ABC,
bruh.
ESPN. Boy, that's
You got Brett
a
Musburger talking. You know what I'm saying? You got all the, bro. It's just different. It's just
it's
different,
different.
bro.
It's different, bro. That's why the what's your boy what did he say? Oh, even an SEC coach said it. Lane Kiffin said, "Oh fuck, LSU got a fucking night game because he already know that is a crazy environment to
That's a
get in.
scheduled loss.
You going into LSU at 7:30 at night and they're good. Come on, bro. The
And see,
schedule
that's
is
the
not.
thing. And that's why with Ohio State, I couldn't give them the LSU or Miami. I could give them one of the games. But you're bringing a starter that ain't never played in a game to LSU at night. No,
So yeah,
no,
that
bro. No.
that SEC Big 12 shit. I mean that Big 10 shit. It needs to be done up. Just respect the schedule. They are top teams. We run the shit up here, and these we keep little broing people, and then y'all. It rotates. It rotates the three top heavy teams: Alabama, LSU, Texas, going forward. Alabama, Texas, LSU, Georgia. Fucking Ole Miss, LSU,
Auburn.
Alabama. Come
Bro,
on,
and that's another thing. We haven't even talked about Auburn. Like you Alabama has to go play that.
bro. Okay,
Like if Indiana played Auburn, I wouldn't be picking Indiana, bro. That's
listen.
a physical ass game.
That's a physical ass game, bro. Like,
Especially after you just played Alabama the week before.
let's see. So, so you can't really see, but I got number one and number two are um, I think I got LSU. No, I got Texas is at 1. Yeah, Texas is at 1 and Penn State is at 2. So if you just
Make it a
count
little bit. Yeah, I see. I can't see 11,
hold on,
8 and 11.
because it's not meant for this right here. That's why I just
It's all good.
let's see. Yeah, it's not meant for this. I just randomly pulled it up. But
We'll
if
get
you
it ready.
count, let me hold on. Let me go
Oh
back
my
here.
God, there's so many SEC teams on
That's
that
what I'm
thing.
saying. So on our, I'll pull it up and we'll leave it at that and wrap it up. On our top, on your top 5, Josh. Let's see. Let's see. On your top 5, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9.
9,
It's 9.
9
9.
SEC. Yeah.
And some of those teams we're not even high on. They're just better than the other like that's just what it comes down to, bro.
So
Like,
you have 9 out of the top 25 teams.
hey, we don't have it queued up, but I'm gonna have Chip queue this up for next week because we're down on Georgia. I want to see Georgia play against like Penn State schedule, and we're gonna do that for next. I'm gonna have Chip gonna do the graphic. We're gonna put their schedules on the side because we're down on Georgia. So I just want to show you. It's just to further prove the point that hey guys, you can't compare the two.
Can't compare it to it at all.
You can't compare the two, man. Let's just leave the coaches be just talking because they're all trying to manipulate the playoffs and they're trying to, everybody got to do what's best for their conference.
Yeah,
Everybody's and their school, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I respect Indiana. You took Virginia off the schedule. Whatever, bro. Put Kennesaw on the schedule. I don't care. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. You still got to play your schedule. You still got to win those games. So no matter what whatever is on your schedule, you still got to go to Michigan and win. You still got to beat Illinois. You still got to beat Oregon. You still got to beat UCLA. So yeah, man, great show. But yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna have that Georgia Penn State. We're gonna have that Georgia Penn State for you, and put it because I love this let's switch stuff, especially like where we're at right now with the season. It's not really much
Yeah.
to talk about. We done did the totals,
Yeah.
but this solves it immediately. Like it makes the conversation mute immediately. I can't wait to send this to people later.
Yeah, facts. I can't wait to see all these the big guru podcasters do this and switch people's schedule. I'm like, well, shit, I've been did that. I mean, it's gonna be funny as hell because if you just put Washington on Florida schedule and see what's up, and the win total is gonna be way lower. You put Florida on Washington's schedule, and the win total is gonna go way up. You put Oklahoma or all those Auburn on Washington's schedule, it's gonna go way up. They're on the maximum they lose 4 games. SEC, Florida's going to lose 5 games on this schedule.
Yeah. And you know what's so crazy? Their coach isn't going to get fired because that's a win, bro.
Bro, you went 7-5 in this schedule. 7-5, and
I mean, look at the road games, man.
And look
Damn.
and what's funny is we gave them to South Florida. Where I watched South Florida should have beat Alabama 2 years in a row or whatever. So that ain't gonna be no easy game either.
That's another game where you're coming. Washington would have to come into a whole nother a flight to a whole nother area, where South Florida coming to you, a whole nother area. So, bro, yeah, man, I like this exercise. We told y'all we appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. I'll get this clipped up, Josh, probably tomorrow, so you can get it started.
Where I'll hit you in the morning.
All right.
All right, bet.